Alright everybody, welcome on in to another 8 versus 8 here in Beyond All Reason. This time we're going to be on a new map. This one's called Hellas Basin. Bears a striking resemblance to another map we all know and have played if you've played Beyond All Reason or if you've watched any of the casts. This one goes from northwest to southeast, has the same isthmus style in the center. But the water pools that are across from each other are not symmetrical. We have these islands with mexes in the northeast as well as this middle high ground with mexes. Whereas on the southwest side, we do not have any land that is buildable at all. So let's meet our teams. We've got Swamp Turtle, the leader of the red team, coming in at 35 true skill, going into the water right away with the Cortex Commander. Leading the blue team is Hot Dog at 30 skill with a Cortex Commander. And from his position, he could go C or he could go backline position of sorts. It looks like he's going to go for bots. Since this is a new map, we're still getting positions figured out. I do not know exactly where each player is going to spawn. We've got air here from nothing, Cortex Air, bots from Exo Phantom, which I'm guessing is going to be the tech position. We have Cortex C from Alias. I've cast a lot of games lately with Alias in there. Gamer Guy 69, always great to see them out there playing Cortex bots from what would be the pond position on Isthmus. We have Cascade Cortex bots and Randomization Armada bots, both on the front line here. For the red team, our frontliners are the Wasabi Wahabi, going Cortex vehicles, and Bottled Gin, going Armada bots. Going the second C position is XLR, and that is a Cortex C. Looks like we got trying to get a run by, but Yam1's commander was able to take that. Yam1 going North C as well as Hot Dog. So there's 2 C players for the blue side. For the midline position is Vinny Vin, Armada bots. The other mid lane, Swift Razor, is also Armada bots. The back line is Cheeseman 2015, going Cortex bots, tech position. And in the air position is Grenwatt, and that is with the Armada planes. On the front lines, starting to get some action out here. We have Grunts versus Pawns. Haven't seen too much aggression yet. We do have some transports coming out here, getting Hot Dog out to this middle island. Hopefully he does not get intercepted by a fighter, because the scout has seen this. Fighter coming in from nothing to clear the air for Hot Dog. Make sure he can get these mexes claimed. On the opposing side, Orange has gotten some mexes taken already here in the southwestern sea and has a couple frigates out patrolling the seas. Green has some gunboats and a frigate of himself, so he's not defenseless against this. Constructor's going to be caught out in the open here by a gunboat, though. That's not good. On the northern sea, looks like Yam1 is opting for submarines, while the blue player is getting frigates. It can be very, very devastating if the other team doesn't have anti-submarine, but there is already a destroyer out, and the destroyer can definitely go toe-to-toe with multiple submarines, as you see here. Has a lot more health, and it does have the range to deal with them. AM1 going to lose one of his submarines just barely hold on to the second one. Got randomization and Wasabi dueling it out here in the center. This twin guard is going to be able to take out this LLT. Well, the repair might keep it alive if you can get in with the rocket bots in time to take down the rest of these static defenses. Maybe. One of the twin guards goes down. The LLT goes down while some incisors try and run past. LLT will pick them up. The rocket bots are not all in range. There we go. Move them in so they can all fire at this twin guard at the same time. Looks like he's pulling back out. One more volley from these Rocketeers and that twin guard will go down. Perfectly placed right now. The twin guard is trying to shoot at something it just barely couldn't see. LLT's holding it down for Cascade here, where Bottled Gin is using units for their wall and has LLTs behind. Looks like we got Acceler. His commander's gotta see this, right? Oh, he just sees the radar views. But we've got some assault frigates here. Now, if the commander's giving repair, this may be a fight worthwhile. But you gotta keep the commander in range to repair, though. Uh-oh. The submarine is definitely going to take care of this, but will he be able to keep this frigate alive is the question. No, not with the way it was controlled. Destroyers going against destroyers, but more stuff beats less stuff. Does take out the radar. We do have Swift Razor ended up coming into the sea as well here. So the mid lane position player gave out some wind turbines to others and then went over to build into the sea. Blue is making some progress here on this isthmus that connects. And you can see Cascade has one extra mechs, which makes all the difference in the world when you're talking about 4.3 metal per second that he's getting that the brown player is not. It is a huge difference. Rocket bots going against Centurions and rocket bots. Well, aggravators, sorry, not rocket bots. They are effectively the same. Their stats are very similar. The only difference is a little bit of walk speed and sight range. Same damage, same reload, same range. Looks like red is trying to circle around behind and flank the blue and lime green, or nah. It's getting in there. And this is probably going to take out the lab. If you go straight for it, definitely will get it. There's one static defense, one frigate here. Another destroyer comes out. Let's see, he's collapsing on the lab. Gonna take out the build power. Still has two construction ships working on it too, the repair though. I just don't think he was focused enough. If he would have made that decision and jumped on it immediately before that destroyer came out, would have gotten it. But as it turns out now, it's just a big feed. Because at this point, there is almost 2,000 metal worth of ships right here to be eaten up. Now back in the center of the map, we have maces squaring off against some pounders and lashers. Lashers will be very, very annoying to deal with if microed against the maces. The maces aren't very fast, and the lashers have such a long range. They don't deal a lot of damage, but boy, it can be very frustrating to try and chase them down. And with this heavy laser tower going up behind, Wasabi will be able to just kite backwards, and then the Maces have to stop and deal with a heavy laser turret. D-gun's coming out. And pretty much all of Randomization's bots that he had up at the front line are now gone. And didn't get too much for it, really. We have an agitator built up here on the front line, slowly attacking towards what it can't see, and definitely missing. There, it lands a hit. And now some units come into actual vision. Maybe it'll actually get some hits. There we go. Randomization losing ground here. There is a 3v2 here going on with the red team's midline player Vinny providing assistance to the frontliners, and nobody from the blue side providing assistance right now. The player that would be doing that does look like he just went up to Tech 2 and is starting to send Sheldon to the center. That is going to really push back these red forces if they don't get any tier 2 in here. So let's see if we got a transition here. We have Tech 2 bots coming in for Jin. So there's going to be Hounds versus Sheldon. But that is the only tier 2 I see coming in for the front line for the red player. So it's going to depend who can produce and control better. I do see the jammer bot, and we have a radar bot, so we have everything we need to make the Sheldon very potent on the front line. Out here in the sea, need some destroyers or subs with this so you can take out the enemy forces. Accelerator has multiple submarines here. Just really going to make this not possible to take out. You can run past them, but they will eventually bring down those ships. That is making it very inefficient for Alias, not having a way to shoot what's under the waves. It looks like the Swift Razor tried to build some submarines and send them in, but there's a lot of destroyers out here for Hot Dog, so that's not going to be very effective. Got 4 people in the Northern Sea and 2 people in the Southern Sea. And we just now got up to 6 people around the Isthmus. Not much going on air-wise. Just fighters patrolling around everywhere. One lone Banshee gunship. Wasabi's getting hit by the Sheldon. Haven't gotten enough Sheldon put together yet to make a truly dangerous Sheldon ball, but still enough to deal with this Lasher setup here. As soon as this jammer goes down, it's going to be very easy for the Sheldon to just pick away from them at long range. Looks like Blue might be making a run for taking out Swift Razor's production. He's got a lot of frigates up. Frigates do good DPS-wise versus destroyers, but if you're even in numbers, you're not going to do well. And Hot Dog definitely has more ships total. We got 6 destroyers, 5 frigates, plus herrings. Oh, there's another destroyer coming in. Versus just 8 frigates. You know, the comm can definitely change the tide here. It looks like he was coming in to try and do a comm bomb, but Hot Dog saw it soon enough and turned around. And now, without his commander and his units getting jumped on by these destroyers, I'm pretty sure that Swift Razor is going to get kicked out of the water here. He's already lost about half of his sea units. Red is coming in to reinforce, but is he going to get here in time? He's got T2. The blue commander is going to have to be quick if he wants to take out the production before the red commander gets here and actually shuts this down with this tier 2 transition. He has extra firepower with these buccaneers. Took out all the build power, didn't get the lab though. Looks like the red player's not gonna be pushing in to try and head him off to keep him from getting the lab. So Swift Razor is gonna get reset and kicked out of the water. He does still have constructor and build power on the land, so he can definitely continue gaining economy and get back in the fight, because most of his economy was not in the water, it's on the land. I don't know if blue should really chase here. There's a battleship out. That's going to start firing here in a second. That's quickly going to put some hurt on these ships. I don't know why he's driving it straight into the enemy forces. This is a bit of a miss rally. You should try and keep the battleship at range. There was no reason to bring it into range of all the enemy ships. Looks like red finally brings the rest of his forces up, but he's lost some economy at this point. Yam 1 jumps up after red pulls off from his bottom line. Yam 1 comes forward, goes for the lab and the build power and the economy. And with that, blue took a lot of losses out here, but in the end, red is kicked out of the sea, and so is Swift Razor, the hot pink commander. And now, the northern sea is owned by the blue team. Swamp Turtle can try getting back in. He does have his commander up here on the island. Southern Sea, it's just a standoff at the moment. And the Isthmus, oh, just in time to see some commanders go down. We had a trade. So 2 commanders go down there, and the blue team is getting in dangerously close to the production of the red team on land here. The Sheldon ball is progressing forward quite nicely. They've got just enough tick spam to keep their units occupied. We've got some fiends coming forward to help with the frontline units as well. Scorpion turret though, that will hurt. They need to step forward just a little bit. You can see their range is just before the lab. That's the player view. Well, they can see the lab. They can also see the Scorpion turret here. It's shooting at a lot of spam that's coming through with the Sheldon, which is not what you want to utilize them for. If they're shooting at spam, then the units that you're actually worried about, like say these fiends, are going to get through and wreck your Sheldon ball. Red team pushes them back, stabilizes here for a second. How's the tech player doing here? Well, it looks like Cheeseman is almost up to a 3 APHIS economy. On the opposing side, looks like Exo Phantom went for a 1 APHIS economy into unit production, and now is making advanced solars, which I find interesting given he already has an APHIS up. I don't know what his plan there was. It looks like Alias is coming in to try and take out the rest of Orange Sea power. Orange went for a tier transition, and Alias has a lot of T1. Gonna get some economy. Didn't get the lab, but getting damage on the economy. Took out some converters, tons of generators, tidal generators going down. Economic damage over time is how you win. It's not by killing their units, it's by killing their economy so that you can outscale them and then outproduce them. The air player, Grenwatt, giving some torpedo bomber assist, but getting chased out by Nothing's fighters. The labs remain, but the economy brought down. Getting a lot of res though, or reclaim I should say. Blue has went up to Tech 2 ships, as well as Yam 1. This going to be very difficult for the red team to hold this thin strip of land when the sea power is going to be firing away upon it. Once those missile ships get to do their thing, they need to be retargeted right now, but we've got still a lot of underwater power for Exceller. Alias has built some of his own submarines. This is going to be a problem, considering that Exceller just lost his economy. Looks like the missile ships were finally retargeted, but still firing at effectively dead area. Took out the Scorpion pop-up turrets, though. Still have persecutors here. Starlight's coming forward. There's a lot of sea power moving in. It's only a matter of time before this entire area is made obsolete by this sea power. The potential saving grace here is Cheeseman's economy is definitely better than Exo Phantom's economy. Now he went into a bomber transition, so we will see how that plays out. Right now it's just getting shot down by the fighters of Nothing. And now the labs are starting to go down on the front lines. Now once the production goes down, this is not going to be able to hold any longer. Geo's going to go down and take a lot of the surrounding buildings with it. Fusions go down. That's pretty much the frontliners' economy for the red side. Bunch of Marauder coming through here. Built off a 1 APHIS economy. Suppose you might build them slower, but you start building them a lot quicker. It's all about timing. And in this case, he's getting in here with these Marauder. Let's go. He's going to get D-Gun. Great D-Gun from Vinny. Takes out, what, 5 or 6 of these Marauder all on his own. Looks like these Marauder, though, are going to get this fusion. And the Mexes, Vinny's economy just took a huge hit. I do like how the wind turbines are spread out enough that they do not chain react. Got some Scorpions in the back. And look at this push. Going all the way through. Wasabi kiting backwards for his life. Fiend's coming in to cover his retreat, but At this point, they are breaking off units to go remove the rest of the economy here. Oh, and these wind turbines are close enough together to just chain all the way through, and there they go. And all of the economy is going out here. Looks like some more marauders sent up are going to go after the remaining economy for Exceller, who's still reeling from the last time that Green got up here and destroyed everything. The labs are actually in trouble here from these marauder. T1 lab goes down. Oh, is he going to get the T2 lab? He's leaving before getting... Oh! No, why? Why? Uh-oh. Looks like they called GG. There it is. Alright. Blue team takes victory in this 8 versus 8. If you liked the video, please leave me a like down below. If there's anything I can improve or do better, leave a comment, let me know. And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.